everybody, and welcome to a new series I'm doing called Cooking with Katie. What we're doing today is I am going to cook a recipe, well, not really cook, kind of make a recipe out of a cookbook that is available on housetohomejd.com from one of my vendors. This is actually one of my favorite. I have a lot of them, but I know the owner of this company, and we actually started our companies at about the same time, which is pretty cool. They do amazing kitchen gadgets and cookbooks. I've even got an apron on from the company right now, and I carry almost their entire line on the website. I'm going to be using a lot of their stuff today, as well as some things that I carry from another kitchen line. So with that, I thought it was very fitting to start this off with a recipe from the cookbook, When Life Gives You Lemons, right? Because we're all kind of dealing with that at this point in time. So super easy recipe. Hope you like avocados, because I'm going to find it in here. We are going to do the greatest guacamole. And we're doing that for two reasons. One, because it's in this cookbook, and two, because I'm actually going to have nachos for dinner tonight, and I really wanted some homemade guacamole. So I've got everything already that I need. I would like to preface this by saying I am not a professional cook or a chef or anything like that. So please be nice with the comments. I had a coworker once try to teach me how to properly hold a knife, and I just need to apologize to that coworker because I still can't do it right. But anyway, I'm going to go over what the ingredients are, what we need. This book is really, these cookbooks are great. They have a lot of recipes. Of course, they have pictures. I refuse to use a cookbook unless it has pictures. I just want to know what I'm making. And there's other recipes within here that we're actually going to make throughout the course of this series as well. So with that, ingredients, of course, avocados. 4 large avocados. Now, I didn't really have large avocados at my local grocery store, so these are small, but I'm still going to make it. You're going to need a lemon, because you can't have a recipe from a cookbook about lemonade or lemons if you don't actually use a lemon. We've got a clove of garlic that we're going to need. I like sea salt, so we're going to be doing some sea salt. The recipe calls for cayenne pepper, so I've got some of that here, and then of course an onion also goes in it. I have a red onion that's already pre-cut, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that. If my hands look really red, it's because I just washed them, and I have been washing them so much that they're a little cranky with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the rest of this red onion, although the recipe doesn't specify, it just says an onion, so you can use whatever you prefer. Also want to do a little shout out. This is a product that I carry on the website / in the store as well. This is a food saver, and they're pretty cool. So they come in a set of 3, and they have 3 different sizes, and you actually just put the cut side down. It's dishwasher safe, and this literally just snaps into place. You can hear it there, and this is 100% silicone, and it actually keeps the food really fresh, so you don't have to cut anything off. So you know how sometimes if you use the saran wrap, air will get to it, and it'll kind of make the edge gross and not as fresh. Same thing with a Ziploc bag. So you actually don't have that. This was cut, I think, 2 days ago, and as you can see, it's great. It's ready to go. The other nice thing about this is that you wash it, you don't throw it away, so it's reusable and reusable and reusable. And I have been using these almost since I brought them into the store, and this because it's silicone, it snaps back really well, so you don't have to worry about it like losing its elasticity super fast or anything like that. So anyway, so we've got the avocados, the lemon, salt, onion, cayenne pepper, and then the recipe actually calls for a dash of Tabasco sauce. I don't like super spicy things, and I don't have Tabasco sauce in the house, but what I do have is some mild salsa. Not a sponsor. And so I'm going to be putting a little bit of this into the guacamole just to kind of give it that tomatoey, little teeny tiny bit of heat. Yes, I find pepper spicy. I'm sorry. So those are the ingredients that we're going to use. I have my nice lemon poppy cutting board. These are available off the website. And then, oh, that looks great on camera. This super awesome bowl. This is actually a stainless steel bowl, and it's a set of 3. This is the medium size. They all come with lids. They're dishwasher safe. I like them because I think if you can see it there, they're really deep. So I'm kind of messy when it comes to like mixing and smushing and things like that, things we're going to do in this recipe. So I like the fact that this has the high walls and it's not the traditional lower baking baking bowl. There we go. I can talk. You'll also notice this has a little hook on it. That's what I kept clicking on. So we've got our bowl. These, I believe, are out of stock on the website right now, but if you comment on this video, that you want these, then I will do my best to get a whole bunch of them in as quickly as possible. So I just need to know if I'm going to order anything in right now for the store, I've got to know that that it's a wanted item. So keep that in mind. The other thing, of course, we've got here is the Lemon Poppy avocado tool. So this is an all-in-one. Slice the olive, pit the olive, and then scoop an olive. Wow, it's been a long day. Avocado, let's try that again. Cut the avocado, pit the avocado, and then scoop it out of the casing or shell. Now, fun fact, I've actually never used one of these. So I just purchased it for myself from my own store so that I could try it. So bear with me. I'm a traditionalist and I like to use a knife, but I figure these are actually a really good seller from the store and I thought I would bring it home and try it. So we've got the avocado tool. This is a garlic peeler. This is another thing we carry at the store. Again, Lemon Poppy line. These are awesome. As you'll see, you'll throw the garlic in there, roll it, and it peels the garlic for you. And then, of course, we've got the trusty spatula. So 100% silicone. This is heat resistant up to 500 degrees. These are amazing. All of the silicone utensils from the Lemon Poppy line are my favorite. The Turner slash spatula is my go-to. I love the spoons. I have all of them in my drawer and I use them on a regular basis. So again, on the website, this also comes in red. So if you're like, I'm not a yellow fan, this one comes in red. The other two, the colors you saw were the colors they come in. Of course, our juice presser. Now, this is one I've had for years. This is not one that I sell on the store, but I do carry a lemon juicer or lime juicer. You can use it for both on the House to Home website. So don't worry, I've got that. And then, of course, I just have a regular knife. My dishwasher doesn't like to take a lot of the scuzz off. We have really hard water here, so if you see things like that, those are water stains. So then I have a chopping knife for that onion. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So obviously the first thing you do, wash your hands. Already did that, thus all that super fun irritated red, right? Chalk one up for hand lotion. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to peel the avocados, remove the pits, chop, and then place in our medium bowl. So here we go. For the first time ever, in these teeny tiny avocados, we're going to go ahead and do the around. Now, this is how I was taught to slice an avocado and use an avocado. If you have a different way, I would love to hear about it down below in the comments. This I normally do with a tablespoon, so I'm kind of excited to notice I did not go for the pit side first because I am never good at taking out pits, no matter, oh my gosh, that's amazing. No matter what I do, I am terrible at taking out the pit. So here we go. We've got the tool. I do that. Oh my God. That's the first time I have ever been successful at taking out a pit. Seriously, guys, website, there's lots of these in stock. Go pick one up because this is amazing. Holy cow, this is making this so easy. I love it when I use my own products, which I do regularly, and it makes things easier. That is my favorite thing. I love, there's a bad spot on that one. I love kitchen gadgets. I'm a kitchen gadget nerd. I have a ton of them. And I love it when they make the job simpler and not harder. So if you hear me sniffling or like I just got caught in my throat, I'm suffering from allergies right now. So I apologize if you can hear that. It's a little bit chilly in the house too. We're having some heat pump issues with smoke from neighboring wood stoves coming in and things like that. So I've got the fork here because we're actually going to use the fork to mash up these avocados. So I'm going to go ahead and just crank out the other 3 avocados. Would like to mention about these avocados is they are fairly soft because when I go to make guacamole, I like to use a really, really ripe avocado. So they wouldn't fall apart as much if they were a standard ripe avocado, if that makes sense. So, and I had gone to the store and picked these out specifically for this recipe. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we are going to toss the lemon juice in here, and then we're gonna mash it with a fork. So I am going to use my chopping knife, which I know it's not what you're supposed to use it for. And then I'm gonna go ahead and bring the bowl back onto camera view, and let's juice this lemon. If you do not have a lemon juicer, I highly recommend it. It's a great forearm workout for one, and two, you get every little bit of juice. I can't even tell you how many times I've used this. So this is going to be interesting. I have a guacamole recipe that I normally use, but it's super unhealthy. And I'm trying to actually make healthy eating choices and things like that. And so I'm pretty excited about this recipe. I've never cooked, you don't cook this. I've never made this one before. So I'm pretty excited to see how it tries. And I love the fact that lemon juice goes in it because the avocado shouldn't brown come the next day or two. Also, fun fact, when you go to juice a lemon, you want to wash the lemon off first because as you can see, the juice kind of gets all the way around the thing. Anyway, that is the lemon juice. Now we're just going to mash and mix. There was one avocado that I wasn't super thrilled with. Okay. Again, I like my guacamole to be a little bit chunky, so I'm going to kind of really coarsely mash this up. And I know you're going to notice that we don't actually put mole in here, so some of you might be like, hey, it's not guacamole without the mole. So we'll just call it guac from now on, okay? We're making guac. That's what we're doing. All right, so I'm going to call that pretty good as I sit here and still mash it up. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. Okay, so this is where I'm going to put this fork. Sorry about that. Let me think about camera and metal bowl here. And I'm going to grab my spatula because the next thing that we are going to do is stir in our garlic, onion, salt, and cayenne pepper. So I'm going to take the garlic and, okay, so what I did is I took the garlic, peel and all. It has been separated out. And I think there's actually 3 cloves in here. So this might be super garlicky. And all you do, you can hear that, is you just rub it back and forth. So I've got 1 right there. And then I've got 2, 3. So this one is actually the one that's a little bit more peeled than those 2. So those 2 are still good. I'm going to set those aside for another recipe. And I'm going to take this guy. Let's put this guy back in. And again, we're going to roll him at a pretty good rate. And ta-da! He is officially peeled. So how cool is that? And then, like I said, this is dishwasher safe. You can see down in there, it's got all the peel off. And so that's where he will go. He will go in the dishwasher. So that looks pretty minced for me. One of the nice things about this lemon puppy cutting board, I don't know if you can see it, but there's little like doodads on the corners and it's silicone wrapped. So it actually does a pretty good job of standing still. Okay, so we're gonna take this and I'm gonna put this. It smells so lemony. And that sound, I bet, is awesome for you guys. All right, so garlic in our guacamole. Sorry, guac. To chop a 1/4 of an onion. So I'm going to get the onions in here. Okay, so as you can see, I went ahead and finally chopped the onion. So I'm going to use the lemon poppy spatula just to kind of mix this in a little bit. A red onion has a very specific taste, so it's going to add Just a little bit different texture to the guac than if you were using like a sweet onion or just a regular yellow or white onion. So, okay, that's nice and mixed. Now we're gonna do a dash of our cayenne pepper. And again, I'm not a huge fan of spice, so this is gonna be a real little dash here. And then we've got a half a teaspoon of salt. I like to use sea salt when I cook. It's a little bit healthier, typically a little bit coarser, and just really adds some great flavor to whatever you cook with. So this measuring spoon that I'm using is an item that came off of, it's from my website. It's from one of the other kitchen lines that I carry. I can get words out and screw a lid on at the same time. And this comes in a set of, I believe, 5 stainless steel measuring spoons. So I think I have a couple of these left in stock. At the moment, it is a discontinued item with the manufacturer, but there's talk of bringing it back. So fingers crossed. If not, I do have a couple different other measuring spoon options on the House to Home website. So again, just going to mix this up. That was a half of a teaspoon of salt. I am trying to follow this recipe exactly. Normally, I probably would have cut that to like maybe a quarter of a teaspoon, just because I'm not a huge fan of like super, super salty foods. But again, that's the beauty of a recipe, is that you get to make it to your tastes. I kind of like to use recipes more of guidelines than absolutes, but I'm kind of a rebel that way. Okay, so the last thing that it called for was the Tabasco sauce, but again, I don't have Tabasco sauce, so I'm going to use just a little bit of this salsa, and I'm gonna try to get not a lot of chunks, even though it's a chunky salsa, just to kind of get that. And the recipe just called for a dash of Tabasco sauce, so the cayenne pepper and the Tabasco are kind of something that you would do more to taste than an absolute. All right, so look at, that looks like amazing. So one thing that I forgot to pull out were, of course, the chips to taste this. So I'm gonna jump off camera really quick, and I'm gonna go grab some tortilla chips, and then we'll take a bite and we'll see what this is like. All right, so these are just a run-of-the-mill corn tortilla chip, nothing fancy or special about them. So here we go. I am going to take a good healthy chunk, and let's see how this tastes. Okay. I'm really trying to not chew on camera, but this is amazing. If you love the flavor of avocados, you are going to love this guac. It's also great because that lemon adds just the right amount of tang. It is so good. So I highly recommend that you make this for yourself. If you don't remember the recipe, don't worry. I've got the When Life Give You Lemons Lemon Poppy Cookbook available online on House to Home's website. I will make sure that I link it below in the description box, as well as all of the items that I used in this cooking video. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this guacamole. So it is delicious. Thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I'll see you again for Cooking with Katie. Have a great day.